DOC said that they have set up concentration camps, so they have, and that's a reference to perhaps Dachau, then they must be as well Nazis, and we all know what we're supposed to do about Nazis. But we're also told by the left that we're not supposed to connect violence with political rhetoric in some cases. Of course, when Trump said the word invasion that was used by everybody, that was the grounds for charging him with the deaths, basically, of 9 people in El Paso. But I think in this case, this was a targeted ambush. It wasn't a mass shooting, as was the Tacoma incident. And it comes on the wake of a lot of people that are running for president who, as I said, want to abolish ICE or reform it to such a degree that it would be impotent. Or we should remember as well that ICE agents are persona non grata in most states and cities and jurisdictions, 500 of them. So there's been a dehumanization and depersonalization of these very heroic people that keep us secure. The question is, Mark, though, why is it happening now, this spate of attacks? And I think the answer is that ICE is actually starting to turn the corner because they are starting to deport people who have criminal records. We're not issuing green cards to people who are going to go right on to public assistance. We've redefined refugee status. Mexico's helping out. Some of the Central American governments are feeling the heat and are worried about exporting human capital. And I think the result is we're about 25% down in crossings and up on apprehensions. That should be good news, but we've got to remember where we are in this Jacobin party that's now taken over the old Democratic Party. They see open borders as central to their electoral college strategies, and indeed, if they can't convince the electorate of a 51% agenda, then they want to change the electorate. And so they're panicking.
But this demonization and delegitimization, do you think it's a good faith? I mean, if you genuinely think, as these presidential candidates and other big shot Democrats suggest, that these are Nazis rounding up people for concentration camps, then you're morally obligated, presumably, to taunt low-level bureaucrats with the fact that you know where they sleep at night, you know where their kids go to school, you know what pets they have and what food their pets eat, as all these guys were doing. Do you think it's actually a good faith assault on them, this, or do you think it's entirely cynical, Victor?
Well, I think it's very dangerous. And notice, Mark, that while most of these candidates on the left weigh in on almost every shooting, we haven't seen any of them really weigh in to any significant degree to stop it, because they could say, my opposition to some of the practices of ICE is not commiserate with trying to destroy ICE offices. And especially they could say that because they've told us again and again that rhetoric can incite violence, at least in some cases, but they're not doing that because it's almost as if they feel that these attacks on ICE offices might deter a little bit the purview of ICE, and then that might spike illegal immigration up a bit. And I'm trying to be blunt, but I really do believe that they feel that illegal immigration has flipped California, Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, and it's central to the future of the progressive movement.
And if
they're pretty open and candid about that.
And if it flips Texas, they win the Electoral College now and forever.
They do, and one way of taking Texas is saying that anybody who enforces border security or supports ICE or sells a product to ICE is tantamount to a Nazi. And as you said, if you're tantamount to a Nazi, we know what we should do with you. And there's not going to be, they're trying to prep the battlefield, in other words, so that people don't speak out against this.
Professor, thank you for that. We always appreciate hearing from you. Congresswoman and wannabe revolutionary Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has done